They're Avengers. Don't worry. I'm on my way. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to this, a very nerdy week in this year of our Lord 2022. San Diego Comic-Con, holy shit. I'm still reeling. I'm still in shock. I honestly feel like my dopamine sensors are all fried and I don't know what to do. It was pretty dope. And we're going to break it down. We're going to go over it. We're going to recap everything. We're going to talk about every dope announcement, everything that absolutely slapped, all the craziness. No thing will go uncovered. And you can believe that. I'm pulling into the tower, man. It's going to be a good day. Wait, what? Chet. Well, you might as well just fucking, yeah, you might as well just do that now, because we've lost the sense of immersion. Anyway, hello, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well, man. Yeah, let's go, let's get it going. I'm not famous. Very generous super chat there. Let me see what it says. How's it going, man? Your lightsaber has arrived at the P.O. box. Can't wait to see what you think. Much love, brother. Hey, thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. Maybe I'll be able to go out and get the saber today. So I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, bro. Very, very nice. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. What a crazy stream, man, on Saturday, right? I'm sure many of you guys were there. Absolutely incredible, and I want to talk about that. I want to talk about just the experience of, like, the experience of making that thumbnail. Getting as excited as I was. Like, the whole day Saturday was almost like this sort of surreal kind of experience, which I'm sure, you know, seems kind of odd because, like, we weren't technically there, right? But we experienced it all together in the tower. And it was an incredible stream, and it just kind of, it's really, you know, it's moments like that and it's streams like that that for me really solidify, you know, why we do what we do and how the ability to experience things as a community and a stream is really powerful and really meaningful, because I literally, like, it was just a really cool day, and I was trying to explain the whole thing to my dad yesterday. We went out for lunch with my dad, and I was trying to, like, explain it. I was like, yeah, no, I barely slept. Like, I'm all, like, all over the place. I'm all charged up. And I was like, yo, we had like the biggest stream we've ever had. And I was trying to explain. I was like, yeah, there's this thing, Secret Wars. And, you know, I talked about it before, and everybody was like, no, it's not going to happen. And then, like, it officially got announced. He had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. He's like, what's a secret? What? What? Like literally, that's kind of how he was with it. So it was hard to explain, but I know a lot of you guys get it, and it was pretty incredible. Speaking of pretty incredible, I did want to say and bring up once again that today's stream is brought to us by Paradox Customs PC. And these guys are partnered with us, and they are providing, just for I think 3 more days, an enhanced coupon. So you use code NerdVengers at checkout at pccustoms.com, and you get 2.5% off of your order, which does add up on these really big, expensive computers and these rigs. And several of you guys have already bought new PCs, and I'm just really appreciative of that. Like, thank you guys so much. That was awesome. And if you're in the market for a new PC, these guys are awesome, man. They have buy now, pay later. When you purchase a rig from them, you automatically get access to them for a one-on-one, so they can help you overclock your system, get your system running as optimal as possible. And these rigs are absolutely incredible. I'm going to show off mine for just a second. Look at this beautiful baby. No, I have not plugged it in yet because look at, it's got the Nerd Avenger symbol and everything. By the way, those are very heavy. I don't recommend doing what I just did. So, but I haven't actually hooked it up. We're not actually running on the new rig yet because I have to install the graphics card and I've got to make sure all the stuff that we use on this rig is on that rig. And so it might take me a couple of days to get that thing running. But oh my goodness, I can't wait to do some awesome gaming, some streaming, and just having a lot of fun with that new rig. So shout out to Paradox Customs and shout out to the many of you that have already ordered your new PC, the Nerd Avengers. We take this Nerd Avenger stuff real seriously. You know? You want to have the optimal performance for your nerd venging. You want to be able to have 50 million tabs open where you're researching every little thing about Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty, Eternity Wars, Celestials, Time Ends. What? More on that in a minute. We basically just take this stuff real seriously. So if you're like me and you want to be running on the best rig possible, go check out Paradox Customs. Go check them out. Okay, let's begin. Oh, one last thing I want to say. Kind of a bummer. I know, everybody get ready to get disappointed. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. No Nerd Avengers stream today. I know. Everybody's really upset already. I understand. Usually we have a members only stream today at 1 p.m. I won't be doing one today. We'll do a big one on Wednesday at noon. I know. Go ahead. Get it out of your system. Get it out of your system. I know. It's upsetting. Okay. But here's why. Okay. The reason that we're not streaming today for the Nerd Avengers is because I think the stream we're doing right now is going to be a pretty lengthy, pretty juicy stream. And on top of that, I have to do a lot of writing today. I have to write a lot of scripts because the content that I want to make sort of coming out of the Secret Wars announcement and everything, I want it to be pretty good, you know? So we got a lot of work to do. I know. I'm sorry. What am I paying for? Hey, look, I'm sorry. Maybe now's not the best time to say that we've been thinking about phasing out the Monday Nerd Adventure streams anyways. Maybe now's not the right time. But we've been thinking about it. Yeah, we've been thinking about it. But we're replacing it with other stuff. We're trying to figure it out. Like, one of the things that we're going to do is the first Saturday of each month, unless we have to delay it, the first Saturday in each month, we're going to start doing Saturday morning cartoons, where we do a watch party. We watch cartoons together on a Saturday morning, and we're trying to do stuff like that. Yeah, we're trying to do stuff like that. So, you know, we definitely do a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of fun stuff for the members, and that's not going to stop. In fact, we're going to do a ton more, but we're trying to allow for the streams in the morning to be a little bit longer. So that's just the thought that we had. So we'll talk about it Wednesday at noon. Come on by if you're a Nerd Avenger, and we'll get together in the living room like a family, and we'll talk it out. Okay? Now, everybody relax your buttholes, and let's get into some nerdy stuff, but also give me 1 second. Whew, it's getting hot in here. Whew. Okay, so let's get into this. I want to start by just talking about, like, sort of my experience on Saturday and, like, making that thumbnail, because I have had a lot of people reach out to me and be like, dude, did you know? Did you know? Because the thumbnail that I made on Saturday, was one where I'm reacting to Secret Wars, right? So I'll put it up actually on the screen because I thought this thumbnail was freaking dope. And I want to show you this. Oh, geez. Chet. Oh, geez. Chet. Oh, geez, Rick. Okay. And I want to start by showing you this just because, like, dude. Like, look at this, okay? So, Saturday in the afternoon, like, I'm already, like, amped, right? I'm already hyped just because I thought the animated stuff they did on Friday, and we're going to get into all of that. Like, we're going deep on all this stuff. But the animated stuff on Friday, I was like, damn, dude, they came correct. Like, they went really, really hard with the animation stuff. And I was like, I just had this feeling like I couldn't shake it that they were going to go real big for Comic-Con. And this is also despite, like, here's the thing. You got to think about this. It's not just that it seemed unlikely that they would announce something like Secret Wars on Saturday, but it's also the fact that during the week, the actual trades came out and tried to downplay what was going to be announced on Saturday. Do y'all remember? You remember this, right? Slap a 1 into the chat because I had to catch myself, right? I think it was maybe the Thursday stream where we had to go over this, where I was like, hey, man, I know we covered all these leaks. I know we got really excited, but unfortunately, the trades are indicating that we may not get the most hyped up hype shit, okay? And sort of despite that, when I went to make the thumbnail on Saturday, I think the original version of this thumbnail was similar, but it was just Feige sort of with the San Diego Comic-Con in the background here. So I was just going to do like San Diego or like the Slate or whatever. And I was like, dude, don't put a Secret Wars thing in there because it's probably not going to happen and you're going to look really silly, okay? And as I was making the thumbnail, I was like, dude, I can't help it. I couldn't help myself. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't help myself. I felt like, no. And there was this nerdy energy coming from the void that said, nah, bro, like, dude, do it. Go hard. And, yeah, so I took my time. I took like an hour and a half to make this thumbnail. And I couldn't help myself. And then when I released the thumbnail, and here's the thing. I don't like to brag, but this is a pretty fucking good thumbnail. You know what I mean? Like, it's really good. You got like the glow, you got the red, you got the Secret Wars, you know, like it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know what I mean? And so even when I shared this thumbnail on Twitter, I even admitted, I was like, dude, I really tried not to make the thumbnail too hyped up, but I couldn't help myself. And I was almost embarrassed, guys, to put the thumbnail out. Right? Where I was like, yo, there's no way they're actually going to talk about Secret Wars. They probably won't even talk about mutants and stuff like that. It's going to probably be super light because of what the trade said and all that, right? And I threw this little thing together, okay? And the reason that this was just such a cool kind of like magical experience was they did it, dude. Like Feige actually did it. He made my nerdy dreams come true. And the stream on Saturday was absolutely massive. We broke our records for like concurrent. It was super crazy. So it was an incredible, wonderful experience. But it was kind of like surreal though, because you know, I made this thumbnail, I kind of just had this feeling, and then when it actually happened, it was just like absolutely incredible. So I wanted to sort of start with that because I was like, damn, dude, like what a crazy, like, I don't know if it's coming across. I don't know if I'm communicating it the right way, but my Saturday was like very surreal and very wild, beginning with putting this thumbnail together. You know what I mean? And then like getting into it and just like dude, it was very, very cool, right? So kind of wanted to start there. But before we get into all of the juicy Marvel news, do you all mind if we talk a little bit DC? Yeah, I know. Don't worry, it's going to be a quick part of the stream. I'm not going to bog you down. Do you mind if we talk a little bit about DC? I know. Oh, shit. Dude, the chat's turning on me today. They're like, no Nerd Avenger stream. Boo this man. Oh, he wants to talk about DC. Ah! Boo this man. Throw a tomato at him. Don't worry. It's going to be quick, okay? I feel like we have to acknowledge that they still exist. You know? So I feel like we have to acknowledge that. How about this? Let me set the stage for you. All the while last week before Saturday, where we're getting hyped up for Marvel stuff, but then the trades are like, hey, all you fucking nerds and all you fanboys, why don't you calm your tits? Shit ain't gonna happen. You'll get a trailer, they'll talk about She-Hulk, and they'll call it a gosh dang night. Why don't you quit freaking out? All the while that narrative was building. Do you know the narrative for DC? The narrative for DC was Rare W. Henry Cavill rumored to come out. And dude, I was like, there was a place last week, I think it was like Thursday or whatever, where I was literally like, bro, are we about to have a lackluster, disappointing SDCC for Marvel while Phase 4 is teetering? You know, I know that's controversial. Some people love Phase 4. A lot of us are like, it's all right. You know, I think that's the truth. It's all right. Right? I was like, are we about to have a shitty Comic-Con from Marvel while DC brings Henry Cavill back? I was like, this is unbelievable. Is it possible that we'll walk out of Comic-Con being like, damn, dude, Warner Brothers just beat Marvel, just beat Feige at his game, and now the narrative has switched and turned, and oh my God, we're all super excited about DC. Spoiler alert. That shit didn't happen. Like, at all. Which is like, I feel bad for the DC fans, right? But at the same time, I don't care because Marvel went hard, bro. They went crazy. They went bananas. But let's talk about DC, okay? Real ass takes here. 100% just what I actually thought of it. I actually have not even watched the Shazam trailer, okay? I'm not even kidding. I haven't even watched the Shazam trailer. Bro, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Shazam fans. I'm sorry, DC fans. Y'all had your two big movies at Hall H be Shazam and Black Adam, and they're not even in the same movie together. That's how inept and stupid Warner Brothers is. The two characters, intrinsically linked, having the actual same power set, are both starring in big movies and they aren't even in the same fucking movie together? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I didn't even watch the trailer, dude. I don't care. I watched the Black Adam trailer, I think in like TikTok format, and I don't even remember it. I don't even remember what happened in it. Okay? But you know what I do remember is I remember The Rock being booed. Did y'all catch this? The Rock was literally booed by DC fans when asked about Superman, and he gave this total Rock, I'm a walking billboard, I'm not going to cross any lines answer, where he said that would all depend on who's playing Superman, you know, age-old question, blah, 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 and like winky face, winky face. That's it. That's your Henry Cavill? That's your win? That's your W? Bro, I low-key think, and I don't know for sure, but I low-key think The Rock leaked the rumor of Henry Cavill to the trades or somebody within The Rock's camp because he is so desperate to bring in not only Henry Cavill, but just Superman in general to give this movie something that's dope. Some reason for people to go check it out and hang out. And, bro, I think you've heard a lot of people talk about this, a lot of different folks out there giving their commentary, etc., etc. If Dwayne, walking billboard The Rock Johnson, can't get Henry Cavill Superman back, then it's over. It's over. And I don't mean for Superman. I mean for DC, for Warner Brothers, for the live action. Pack it up, sell it off to Hasbro. It's over. Like, RIP. Done. Did you know that Ms. Marvel had more viewership than Peacemaker? Everybody's like shitting on Ms. Marvel, and everybody's like, Ms. Marvel, ha 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 ha, low viewership. It did better than Peacemaker did. Warner Brothers is not even playing in the same league, not even the same sport that Marvel is. It's fucking embarrassing. They're a laughing stock, and honestly, that's it. Moving right the fuck along. That's my DC take. Thank you very much. We're done. That felt good. That felt like a release or something. I don't know. DC, honest to God, get your shit together. Because you're a joke. And not a good one. Okay, let's talk about Marvel Animation, which is literally more hype than anything DC announced. Okay, let's keep going. So, Friday stream, the animation stuff. I thought it was bananas, dude. Banana nut muffin on a Sunday morning. Absolute craziness. Perhaps we should begin with Spider-Man freshman year. Somehow, Spider-Man freshman year, the talk of the town of the panel, mostly because we don't know if it's canon or not. This is part of the sort of confusing aspects of this show, which I kind of find exciting. You know, it's kind of thrilling to me, okay? Now, a lot of discussion about this, but first let's just mention that another season of Spider-Man freshman year is already greenlit, and it's called Spider-Man sophomore year. I notice a theme here. And that's coming out, I believe, like the year after. Now, freshman year is actually not scheduled to come out until 2024. Okay, so it won't be coming out next year. It'll be coming out in 2024, okay? And the reason people are confused about the canon here is like, you've got stuff like this, where Daredevil, and not just Daredevil, Charlie Cox voicing Daredevil is going to be in the show. Okay, first of all, love this look for Daredevil. Awesome. Indicative of the suit I think he'll wear in the Echo series. We heard he's going to get his Shadowlands kind of, black and red Daredevil costume. This is in freshman year, and you're like, oh shit, like that's hyped up. By the way, also kind of cool. Feige gave some. He was asked about direction of Phase 4 a bunch, and just Marvel in general after the big SDCC thing. And one of the things I found really interesting was he mentions going street level, and he specifically says Daredevil and Spider-Man. And I think Feige views whatever he's doing here with freshman year as his ability to play with the Spider-Man character in something that is intrinsically MCU, that is not connected to Sony, and he doesn't have to worry about that kind of shit, right? That's just what my gut is telling me. And let me just also say this, because we're going to go back and forth on this. I'm telling you right now, I am Team Canon. I know it's crazy, but I am Team 616 Sacred Timeline Canon when it comes to the show. And in fact, let's go to the polls. Let's go to Poll Town, USA. Let's go to the polls. Is Spider-Man freshman year 616 MCU canon? Boom. There you go. Let your voice be heard. Here's a here's a bunch of villains that are going to be in the show. You got your Dr. Otto Octavius. You've got Scorpion, Chameleon, Rhino. Tarantula. Tons of fun characters here, okay? Now, here kind of comes maybe one of the first potential canon-breaking things, right? They laugh at Dr. Otto Octavius in Spider-Man No Way Home, and yet here he is. So if our Peter had interactions with Doc Ock before Spider-Man No Way Home in MCU 616 canon, then yes, there is a conflict and that would need explained. Also, we don't know who this Scorpion is going to be, but if it is one of the people from Homecoming, right? The homie at the end in the post-credit scene or whatever, then it would be odd. It would be difficult to explain how Peter Parker in the 616 canon fought him freshman year before Civil War. Do you know what I mean? So, confusion, you know? Confusion. There's also, and we'll talk a little I Am Groot as well. I want to find the pictures of him and Norman, because that's very wild as well. Here's a bunch of characters that are also going to be in the show. You've got Harry Osborn, Amadeus Cho, and Nico Minuro, who I believe is this gal and was in The Runaways, and she has the mystical scepter thing that's very, very powerful, if I'm not mistaken. And so, again, conflicts. How does this work within canon? When Norman comes into our universe, he says there's no Oscorp, there's no, tower, his son, all these things don't exist. That's what he says, right? And so it would be weird if there was a Norman Osborn and a Harry Osborn in that universe, and then comments like that are made, right? So, again, conflict. We don't really know, like, how does that play out? How does that work? We're not 100% sure. There's also some really cool shots, man. Let me see if I can find them. Really cool shots of Norman Osborn in somewhat of the same setup. Yeah, here it is right here. Somewhat of the same setup of Tony Stark being the mentor here. This is super similar to the shot in Civil War, right? And so people are like, bro, this cannot be canon to the 616. Like, there's no way. And I think it could be, actually. I think it could be. Now, is this going to retcon things? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I think it would be kind of crazy if he had interactions with Norman before he had interactions with Tony. And then maybe some of freshman year is actually going to take place after Civil War. You know what I mean? The first movie takes place completely after Civil War. Maybe some of this show does as well. I'm not really sure. I am not really sure. And I know there's a lot of theories on like what could be happening here. I saw Kendall in the chat say could be 838 universe. It absolutely could. I also think that he could just play it kind of fast and loose with the canon and just retcon some stuff into Peter's past, and allow for some of these people to be used in the future. I mean, I don't really know. Look, 70% of you guys say nope. And that's fine. You know what I mean? Because, like, I get it. I understand why you're thinking that. It's pretty wild to consider this thing actually being canon to the MCU. I don't know. There's also the possibility that maybe the timeline was altered. Because I think this is also important to understand. We're going to get this show in 2024, a year before two Avengers movies 6 months apart. Okay? And don't worry, we've got a lot to talk about with regards to Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Please don't worry. We shall talk about that. It shall be talked about. But I do think it's important to keep in context that this animated series is coming out a year before that. And perhaps some, let's call it Kang Wang-elation, some multiversal stuff could be happening. I don't know. So maybe it's new 616 retcon canon. Maybe it's 838 or some other universe. And if it is another universe, I hope that this Peter is... Like, I hope this Peter is not just a throwaway Peter, right? Like, I hope this isn't just like, oh, well, what if this happened and blah, 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 blah. Like, no, I want stakes. I want impact. I want this person and this character to arrive on Battleworld, on Secret Wars. I want this person to be involved with what's going on. Otherwise, it's just a fun Spider-Man show, which is fine. But that's not the MCU promise. That's not the juice. That's not what this party's about, you know? So I don't know, man. It's pretty odd, but it's certainly got people talking, man. I mean, Norman Osborn looks like he's actually got waves, which is incredible. He also looks like he might be dark-skinned, and it's also possible. Like, I saw people saying, like, he kind of looks like Giancarlo Esposito. And I mean, like, yo, that would be pretty chill, you know? That would be pretty cool. Either way, that was a big show that people were talking a lot about. And, yeah, very, very crazy. Now, let's talk about I Am Groot. We'll sort of briefly go over this. I thought this looked fun. And also, it's crazy because it comes out super soon, right? Comes out in just a couple of weeks. And we'll do a watch party for this for sure. We'll go through all the different shorts and whatnot. Yeah. Was it like 5 or 6 of them? August 10th, dude. August 10th. Yeah. So, obviously, this is not on the X-Men level. This is not on the Secret Wars level. This is not one of the most hyped up things possible. This is probably something that, you know, if you were DC, you would make your cornerstone of your universe and make it one of your big announcements. It's not necessarily a throwaway project, but it's just kind of like a little extra treat, you know? And I talked about this in the video yesterday, a video that's doing quite well about Secret Wars and everything, and I appreciate everybody that watched this yesterday. Feige basically talked about what the strategy is now in phase 4, 5, and 6, and how Marvel's going to sort of end cap saga movies with big events. And there's going to be some stuff that, you know, is very connected and it's on a sort of straight path towards the big event. And there's going to be a lot of additional stuff that is just not. And Marvel has kind of earned that place, in my opinion, to be able to put out stuff that's just kind of fun, lifestyle brand, you know, additional content, and also build up a unified story with connective tissue that has a lot of impact and payoff. I Am Groot is literally just that. It is an I Am Groot show, you know? And so, like, it's chill. It's fine. I'm going to watch the shit out of it. And also, Team Baby Groot greater than Grogu. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I said it. And in fact, let's go to the polls. Let's go to the polls. Who's more cute? I kind of feel like Baby Groot here. Or, I feel like Baby Groot might get crushed here. But we're going to do it anyway. Yeah, Grogu played out. Grogu, yeah, I get it. Put him in everything. $100,000 Grogu toys, Grogu on purses, Grogu on fucking car bumpers, Grogu shirts, Grogu makeup. We get it, Disney. Grogu. But I'm like, grow who? You know what I mean? Grow who? Fight about it in the comments. Let's keep going. X-Men 90-7. That's the actual title. They abbreviate it and call it X-Men 97 for, like, I don't know, the show or whatever. But it is actually called X-Men fucking 97. So this was really cool, man. You know, super hyped up. First of all, fall next year. Dude, 66% on Grogu. I kind of like that. Fall of next year. Okay. Let's go. Additional second season already greenlit. Pretty wild. On top of that, where's all this stuff? Where's all the stuff? What? Where's all the stuff? Hang on. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up because there's a lot of other stuff to talk about here. Ooh, I don't want to do that. Hang on now. Boom. Okay. Let's check this out. First look at Cyclops redesign. Super cool. Magneto leading the X-Men in X-Men 97. Now, I got to go back and finish up and sort of refresh myself on X-Men 97. But many of you guys let me know that it was what? Lilandra? He's like basically Charles is out in space with Lilandra, correct? How dare you, Josh? How dare you? Says Mas. Yo, you'll be all right. Dune 2, the second snooze, is coming soon. Is that correct, guys? Oh, sorry. No spoilers. Sam, my bad. Caden, welcome to the Nerd Avengers. You are a Nerd Avenger now, my friend. Yes, he went to the Shi'ar Empire. Okay, cool. So apparently then this will be why Magneto isn't now in charge of the X-Men. And this is several years after the end of the first movie. So perhaps Charles being out with the Shi'ar or something like that. I mean, that's kind of fun, huh? He's sick and okay, and Lilandra is the only one that can help him. Okay. Cool. That's cool. So, okay, let's talk about the suit. Gotta be honest, not the coolest. I'm not the most fond of this suit. I'm a huge Magneto guy. I love Magneto, bro. Magneto is the shit. And I know this is an iconic Magneto suit from a particular issue that's real cool. In fact, I think it's this one, right? This is the suit. It's kind of what it is, right? Uncanny, maybe? I don't know. And that's all fine. I just don't love it. I just don't love the suit. I love Magneto. I'm not gonna not watch it because of not liking the suit or whatever, right? But yeah, nonetheless, I do think that's pretty fucking awesome. Magneto leading the X-Men. The villains for the X-Men is going to be the Hellfire Club and Mr. Sinister. Guys, I love Mr. Sinister, dude. I love Mr. Sinister, bro. Mr. Sinister from the OG 90s show was awesome. I loved how Cyclops' optic blast were one of the only things that could truly hurt him. And by the way, he's a human, right? So this is the thing about Sinister is he's technically not even a mutant. Now, he's an expert in genetics, and he alters himself, and I believe Apocalypse alters him so much that essentially, like, you could say he's like mutant or he's enhanced or whatnot, but he's not an actual born mutant. He's a human that's obsessed with mutation. Okay? And so he is an expert at cloning. Like, I remember in the Avengers vs. X-Men run, during that run, the Phoenix Five, and I don't remember if it was all of them, but it was at least some of them. The Phoenix Five go to confront Mr. Sinister and are literally beaten by Mr. Sinister. Like, bro, the Phoenix Five, all of these really powerful mutants enhanced by the Phoenix Force, were defeated by Mr. Sinister. Because he had, like, clones of Madeline Pryor, like a shit ton of clones of, like, he can clone the most powerful mutants and shit. Like, that's crazy. He's a crazy, awesome, powerful individual. And I also love his, the cards from back in the day, the X-Men and the Marvel cards from the 90s. I remember getting a Mr. Sinister back in the day and just being like, oh, I love this dude. It's so cool. So Mr. Sinister, I'm a big fan. Super excited that he's going to be the one being one of the villains, if not one of the major villains. And then the Hellfire Club's awesome too, bro. Like, I just think we're in for a treat with all of that. You've got sort of your your main cast here, but then you've got another team of X-Men, kind of looking a little more like X-Force to me, where you've got Sunspot, you've got Morph, you've got Cable, you've got Bishop, you've got Forge, and you've got Nightcrawler. That seems awesome to me. So, super cool. Just a lot of fun flavor. A lot of fun flavor, a lot of fun teases for everybody, and not necessarily anything plot-wise that's been explored, but a lot of fun stuff nonetheless. Like, we have zero idea about the canon stuff. We have literally no idea. But it is still awesome. People are super hyped up for it. So, you know, I thought this was really, really cool. I was hoping for a tease of the actual Mutants, the live-action project. We didn't get it. I think we might get it at D23, but nonetheless, it is super cool and super hyped up that X-Men 97 had what I call a pretty successful panel. I think the hype is real, and I think people are pretty excited about it. So, X-Men 97, super dope. Now, one of the other things that happened with Marvel Zombies, and there's not too much to talk about with Marvel Zombies, other than the fact that it's apparently going to be an extended story from the zombie universe from What If. You're going to see a ton of cool zombies, and the biggest thing about it is that it is TVMA. It is rated mature, okay? And that's just the reason that's dope is because they're going to tear up a bunch of bodies, they're going to do a bunch of gore, a bunch of fun stuff with the show, which is cool because the Marvel Zombies was pretty graphic when it was actually coming out. And so I think it's fun, a nice little sort of spiritual nod to it, that Marvel Zombies will be TVMA. Pretty hyped up. You get some shots of the cool zombies here, zombie hunters, zombie versions of all these different characters. Super fun. A bunch of our heroes still left standing. Yeah, super cool, man. I don't know if they gave a release date or anything for that. But again, probably not a super impactful like Secret Wars type of thing, but nonetheless pretty cool. Now, some people were saying, how is this dude going to become a zombie? I think he's not going to be a full zombie. He has some organic parts of him which will be zombified, but I actually think this dude will retain his consciousness because he is in fact an internal. So I think he's going to be a half zombified Icarus. And if he's dope enough, just throw him in on Secret Wars, man. As the Nerd Executive is pointing out, in Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, Marvel Zombies plays a big role. There's a whole portion of Battle World which is just a bunch of these zombies. And in fact, I think when some people are executed by God Emperor Doom, they're just pushed off the edge and left to be eaten by the zombies, which is pretty crazy. Now, we'll talk about What If here, Season 2, just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. They have already greenlit a Season 3. You're going to see the Captain Carter that we met, meeting with, like, Winter Soldier. Maybe this one's going to be interesting because we leave her in a place where she finds Steve Rogers in the Hulk, or in the Hydra Stomper, but preserved, frozen, right? So she's going to have some kind of interaction. Maybe he'll be the Winter Soldier now. We're not really sure. Tony on Sakaar with Valkyrie and Hulk. That was something that was cut, which will be in the second one. A Hela story. I'm pretty interested in that. But to me, this is the one that really stands out. Odin versus the Mandarin. And I hope it's the real Mandarin, right? And not like the actor dude. But Odin versus him. And perhaps this will be an alternate version of the Mandarin. A what-if version of the Mandarin, where Wen Wu is very powerful. Maybe unlock some of the power from the Guardian, the Dragon, or maybe gets even more artifacts or something. Like full-on, most powerful version of the Mandarin fighting against Odin. I'm pretty excited, man. I love what-if stuff. I do. I'm a sucker for it. It's really, really fun in Marvel and in DC. It's pretty sweet. So, hell yeah, man. That's cool. Not too much else to talk about, but nonetheless, pretty fun. Pretty fun stuff there with regards to What If. Okay. Now, shall we get into the live action panel? The live action MCU. First thing I think they did was they talked about the end of Phase 4 and the beginning of Phase 5, right? And so I believe Wakanda Forever ends Phase 4. Quantumania begins Phase 5. Chat, check me on that. I believe that's what they said, right? That's how it's going down. Now, that's kind of interesting to me because I personally thought maybe Phase 4 would last for a long time and they'd have even more content in there, right? But it kind of seems like they're like, nope, that's Phase 4, moving right along. Here's Phase 5, boop, moving right along. Here's Phase 6. Before we get into any of the other details, like, what do you guys make of that? Do you like that? Do you not like that? Like, what do you think of that? It's kind of wild, right? I guess it's a good way to sort of like put an end cap on Phase 4 and be like, okay, well, that's what it was. Now let's just move on to the next one, right? And just kind of do Phase 5 as its whole thing. And then you go kind of into Phase 6. And I think it's kind of wild that the Fantastic Four are in Phase 6. But I think from a branding perspective, and especially because like everything's accelerating, right? Feige was asked about how massive Phase 4 is and just the ability to make all this content with movies and shows. It's over like 50 hours of content, which I think is like pretty close to the total of the entire Infinity Saga when you add it up, right? And so like things are obviously accelerating, but I actually kind of liked his answer where he said, look, we can't do an end cap Avengers movie every 10 months, even though that's kind of equivalent to the amount of projects that we were doing before when we would have a big event movie. And so now we will do end caps and big, like impactful massive event films at the end of each saga. And it seems like the sagas are going to now be about 3 phases apiece, And so you go from Phase 4 right into Phase 5, right into Phase 6. And Phase 6 will obviously have a lot of projects, I think, that directly tie into, Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty and stuff like that. So I think that this is good because it does set expectations and allow our brains to kind of wrap our heads around the new way of things, right? So if you don't like a particular phase, it's probably not going to be there all that long. You'll bump into something new, and you can kind of frame that phase, and then there'll probably be this sort of fan discussion that happens where a lot of fans will be like, yeah, dude, Phase 4 is pretty weak. And then there'll be people that say, I actually really like Phase 4. Here's all the things I really like about it. And people will be like, nah, dude, Phase 5's where it's at. Like, this shit's crazy, blah, 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 blah. And so I think that's actually good because it kind of allows for this, like, almost branded bifurcation that could be useful for how we digest this content, right? So I think it's kind of cool. It also allows us and gives us a beautiful gift in that we now know that there is a direction, there is an endpoint, there is something that they're shooting for. And we are going to get into the Secret Wars Kang stuff in a little bit here, but it's like, guys, this is 3 years away, right? So 2 Avengers movies within 6 months, a cinematic event that I think all of us fans and all of the people making it expect it to eclipse Infinity War and Endgame. And it is 3 years away. 3 years. So we can, like, this is kind of what I was saying, like, after Love and Thunder, right? Where I was basically like, I really don't like Love and Thunder. And I also don't think it matters at all. I'm not saying it's filler, but it doesn't matter where Thor is at in Love and Thunder. It matters where Thor is at in 3 years' time for these 2 Avengers movies. Do you know what I'm saying? So 3 years is hella quick, bro. And we're going to be like, we're just kind of moving. And so I think this actually allows for a lot of the sort of ancillary stuff, the stuff that's not super important, to be digestible and not worry us because we know where it is going, you know? So, yeah, that's kind of what I think. I think that's pretty crazy. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Let's talk about this for a second. They did come out and they talked about it. Pretty sad, man. Pretty sad. Seems like some people are going to die. You know, a lot of people think it'll be Rocket. I don't know if it'll actually be Rocket. And then real quick here, I don't know what this is, but this is the first look at Adam Warlock from the trailer that we're not supposed to put on screen. And I'm going to immediately take off screen because we're not supposed to talk about that. But Guardians, right? Very emotional, very crazy, and I think it's going to be a great movie that a lot of people really enjoy. I don't think it's the end, but it is an end of sorts. It is going to be an end for a lot of the people that are part of this team. That's on screen and off screen. James Gunn, a lot of these other people. I think it's bye-bye for them. I think Drax is going to be getting the axe because I don't think he wants to really do it anymore. But I think there will be a new team established with Cosmo, Phyla-Vell, with friggin' Adam Warlock, and with Star-Lord still after Guardians Volume 3, okay? So super cool. Coming out May of next year. And I think it's going to be a pretty emotional experience. A lot of Marvel fans there. Whoa, who's that? A lot of Marvel fans, I think, are going to be pretty. Pretty crazy. This is kind of random, actually, but I kind of want to go over this because I think Secret Invasion. I'm pretty hopeful for Secret Invasion, right? Look, one of the things about Marvel, and I continue to say, and like, look, am I the biggest simp for Kevin Feige? Am I the biggest Marvel fanboy that there ever was? Yeah, probably. Probably. But let me just do it one more time. Let me just do it again. Okay? Marvel doesn't get enough credit for adjusting, for listening to fan feedback, for, you know, just kind of being really amorphic with the way that they do this stuff. I think that there's a lot of criticisms being levied against Marvel right now. Some very reasonable, some by just a lot of haters. But I think that this criticism is actually going to make the needle move. They are actually going to adjust these things and make it better. So, Secret Invasion. Christopher McDonald indicates that reshoots are currently happening, and they're doing reshoots in a way that's making the story better. He adds, apparently there's this new writer in there. He's amped it up, and the series is going so much deeper than before. Okay? So, again, like, they probably look at the series and they're like, this is cool, but right now we're getting a lot of criticism about the Disney Plus shows, that they don't have enough juice, they don't have enough impact, they're not connected to the other stuff. This is Secret Invasion, for God's sakes, and we have a ton of awesome actors in here. Let's amp it up. By the way, I'm the new writer, and it's lit. I'm not the new writer, but I like this, man. I'm excited, and I think that we have a chance here to watch the end of Phase 4, but really Phase 5 improve on a lot of the things that people did not love about Phase 4, okay? Echo. Streaming summer of next year. Dude, guys, I'm going to be so busy, bro. These next couple years are crazy. And, by the way, slight aside, small ADD moment. We will absolutely have a big event where we're going to buy out a theater for the premiere of Secret Wars, and I'm going to bring as many OG Nerdvengers as I possibly can, and some of you newbies as well. And the Nerdvengers are going to stack a big theater, and we're going to experience Secret Wars together in a theater. That's a promise. I promise. And we're going to figure that out. We've got 3 years. We're going to figure it out. Echo, streaming next year. This is like the Daredevil reboot show while also establishing Maya a little bit further. You know, I think it's going to be sick. So that's cool. Ironheart, who now we know is going to basically be established in Wakanda forever. We're going to get her backstory, some stuff about Riri. And then this will also be streaming next year. Fall next year is Ironheart. Now, a lot of people were like, yo, What's the deal with Armor Wars? Why was it not announced? Well, it's definitely still coming. But I think... Look, I don't know for sure. But I think Ironheart may probably be announced at D23. But it's also possible that there's some stuff that's spoilery in Armor Wars that might have something to do with Wakanda Forever and perhaps even other movies or projects, okay? So... I'm pretty sure that that's what's going on there. But the other thing that's really wild about this is that apparently there are 8 more projects, at least, that are going to be announced at D23 in September. Marvel just went crazy hard, and they're going to go just as hard in September. It's insanity. I can't wait. So this is kind of crazy here. Agatha Harkness. Agatha, Coven of Chaos. Dude, I kind of like that because the whole idea of chaos magic, perhaps some of the threads that we heard were altered or removed from WandaVision having to do with maybe a nightmare, maybe a Mephisto. That's right. I'm going to say it right here and now. Mephisto will be in Agatha, Coven of Chaos. Take that to the bank. I don't really actually know. That's complete gut feeling. But nonetheless, I do think it's cool. And I think that could open the possibility of some really interesting things. It's obvious Marvel is really focused on that supernatural, man. They're all about supernatural. And I'm excited. Loki Season 2. Summer next year. Oh, baby, 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 oh, baby. Oh, baby, sweet, hot, damn, hot, sweet. Let's go. Food. Welcome to the Nerd Avengers. I, too, enjoy food. I, too, am a fan of food. Okay, Loki is the best Disney Plus series out of the bunch. It is absolutely incredible. It's also the series that seems to be the most impactful for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Kang, or a big variant of Kang, He Who Remains, is established at the end of that show, and we see a new TVA with Kang the Conqueror. I'm telling you right now, Feige said, I didn't say it, Feige said that you're going to have some projects very intrinsically connected to the big saga finishing craziness, and then you're going to have shows that are not. Loki Season 2, I feel, will be one of these shows that is incredibly important in understanding what Kang Dynasty is and what the MCU version of Secret Wars will be. I can't freaking wait. Also happen to think the show will be fan-freaking-tastic. Owen Wilson, Tom Hiddleston together is incredible. It's absolute fire. I think Sylvie's going to be back. Maybe Jonathan Majors will make an appearance or two. Squadron Supreme, rumored for Loki Season 2 Hyperion. Let's go. I'm excited. Excited for that one. Pretty excited for that one. Let's see what else we got here. Blade in theaters November 3rd next year. It's pretty wild. So what do we got next year? We got Guardians Volume 3, Quantumania, Blade. Am I missing one? Am I missing a movie? Am I missing a movie? What am I missing? Wild, bro. Love it. I've done some leak videos about it. Oh, the Marvels. Yes, the Marvels. The musical Marvels. Yeah. Look, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm not super excited about the Marvels. I'm sure it'll be fine. But, yeah, definitely not high on my list. We'll see. We'll see what's going on with the Marvels. But that's still pretty cool. Ton of fun stuff going on next year, okay? Oh, man. Let's save the Secret Wars stuff. I want to talk about that, but let's talk about the fact that they dated Fantastic Four for November 2024. November 2024? And I'm kind of split on this because on the one hand, I think Fantastic Four happening in the holiday slot the year before two Avengers movies, it has to tie in heavily with what's going on in those two Avengers movies, right? But part of me is not so sure. Like, part of me is like, well, what if it ties in heavily via like some post-credit scene or some stuff like that, but it's also really just about the Fantastic Four? I'm not really sure. I don't know what to think, and it's going to be really exciting. I think we'll get a cast announcement, possibly a director announcement at D23. But I think one of the things to keep in mind here, and we're about to get into the Avengers stuff, and we're going to, oh my God, bro, the speculation. Oh my God, the speculation, bro. But Fantastic Four and two big Avengers movies, it's like 3 years away, dude. So all of this stuff has probably been planned and thought about extensively. There's no way they're just now coming up with this. They got 3 years to try to top Infinity War and Endgame. Bro, this has been in the plans and it works for a long, long time. The question just becomes, is this going to be a dedicated Fantastic Four movie that's really feel good, awesome, and establishes the first family? Or is this heavily tied to the next two Avenger movies? I don't know. I'm not really sure. I will say, too, that Quantumania, Kang the Conqueror, first look at him. And this was really, really cool. So if you don't know, if you haven't seen like the leaked trailer and like how all that footage goes down, Scott Lang, something of a celebrity now, has a book, has a podcast, is the one that kind of saved the world, you know? And so he's kind of full of himself. His daughter getting in trouble a lot, right? Apparently she's like in jail and she wants to be a superhero, but she's falling into some traps that like her father was also in. They all get sucked into the quantum realm. Apparently Bill Murray not in green skin. I'm a little disappointed by that, if I'm being honest, but whatever. Kryler, not that big of a character, so probably not that big of a deal. But the thing that was really chilling about the Ant-Man Quantumania trailer was that there's a lot of lines of Kang and talking about destiny and all these different things, right? I wonder if they have it here in this article. And then he says, you know, you might have bit off more that you can chew or something like that. Like, I'm an Avenger. And Kang says, you're an Avenger. Have I killed you before? Kind of opening us up to the possibilities of like what's going on with all these different Kang variants. And I think it'll heavily tie into the Kang Dynasty film and where we're going with all of this. But apparently Kang was pretty chilling. MODOK looks great. People are excited, man. People are excited. Let's talk about this. Captain America, New World Order. This was really cool because as soon as I saw this actually like officially announced with the logo, I was like, bro, Secret Wars is real. Secret Wars is real. I can't believe it, right? But let's talk about New World Order. What do you guys think of New World Order? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah. Hydra Cap. Exactly, James. Exactly. That's exactly where my head goes. I think you do Hydra Cap. Look, man, you want to do an awesome arc. You want to just go there with Captain America? You want to do some awesome stuff, dude? Do Captain America where Sam Wilson has to come up against young Steve Rogers, Chris Evans as Hydra Cap, either via the multiverse or on our Earth. That would be absolutely incredible. And you could still have Chris Evans as the good guy Cap, pop back up for Secret Wars, for Kang Dynasty or something like that. But I just see no other scenario in which you could do something cooler than that kind of a story. Will they do it? I'm not sure. Evans is apparently signed, but there's no indication that that's the plot they're going to go with. The last I heard about this film was they were going to use maybe the daughter of the Red Skull, and some espionage type shit, Sharon Carter. Yeah, so who knows for sure, man? Don't know. But I would absolutely love it if they took inspiration from Secret Empire and did that story. That would be really, really cool. I wonder what you guys think about that, huh? Let me know. Let me know what you think about it. Thunderbolts, it's real, and it's coming. Pause. July of 2024. So not next year, but the year afterwards. Thunderbolts will be official. I think some of the stuff they talked about with this was like you're going to see people you met before. They're going to see people you haven't met before. I think this is our version of the Dark Avengers, okay? I think that's kind of where we're going with this. This is going to be our big team, big fun summer movie, and possibly set them up to be used either later on in other franchises and even maybe in Secret Wars. So I think that's going to be really, really fun. I'm into it, man. I like it. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And then Fantastic Four, November 2024. It's cool that it's going to be in 2024, but it's also, what is this, phase 5 or phase 6? Kind of wild. Either way, I'm pretty excited about it. Secret Invasion, we talked a little bit about this. They're amping it up. I hope that it's really cool. I hope it's really serious. By the way, here's your first look at Kang. We showed this before, but pretty wild, huh? Yeah, pretty wild. He's not going to be blue-skinned, though. You know? So, your mileage may vary on how you feel about that. So that's what you're looking at for Phase 5 there. Oh, Daredevil Reborn! How dare we not talk about Daredevil Reborn? Let's talk about it. At the end of 2024, 18 episodes, Daredevil Reborn. And I feel like they're going to bring the goods. You know, Daredevil's a big part of what Feige's trying to do with his street level stuff. You know? I mean, you've got Daredevil in the Spider-Man cartoon. You've got Daredevil in the yellow suit in the absolutely incredible She-Hulk trailer. I thought that She-Hulk trailer was fire. Bro, that shit was awesome. And you get the yellow suit Daredevil in that. You've got Daredevil in Echo. And on top of that, you've got 18 episodes of Daredevil Reborn. Bruh, that's going to be fire. I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to see what they do with that. And I hope it has massive impact and implications for the MCU moving forward to infinity and beyond. Now, help me out here. Is there anything else that we need to talk about before we get into the big boys? Before we talk about the Avengers films, was there anything else that I missed from the presentation? Anything? Bueller? Anything? Anybody? What else? What are we talking about? Ironheart? I mean, we talked a little bit about Ironheart. We know nothing about the show. You know, other than the fact that it's Riri, she's going to be set up in Wakanda Forever. Oh, let's talk about Wakanda Forever. Yeah. Let's talk about Wakanda Forever. What'd you guys think of that trailer, man? What did you guys think of that trailer? What do you think? Dude, that trailer was fire, bro. That trailer was fire. Now, I will be honest, there is a little bit of controversy with regards to this trailer and the film in general, okay? Because to me, I definitely want to know what you think about this, so put your thoughts in the chat. What's the overwhelming emotion that the trailer gives off? The trailer was grief. It gives off grief, a lot of grief, dude. I particularly felt that the line that T'Challa's mom delivered about being the queen of the most powerful nation ever and not being able to protect her family. Yo, that shit hit hard. And the performance in that line was absolutely incredible. There's shots of his sister crying. There's shots of the funeral. There's all these different shots. Dude, it's emotional. You know what I mean? Like, it's emotional. And they brought that feeling of grief. And as you watch the interviews and you watch the cast talk about it, they were like, you know, it was a really crazy experience. You never knew what day was going to be a hard day. They were dealing with the actual grief while filming it. And so there's a big authenticity to what's happening in the performances and stuff like that. But, right? However, and I'm not making a harsh judgment here, but I'm just bringing up the fact that there are some people out there that feel like this is Disney or Marvel taking advantage of an actual tragedy and trauma in order to push a movie, right? And so I don't know how you feel about that. I'd love to know what you think, but there is a little bit of controversy within this trailer because some people think it's using trauma rather than just grief, rather than, you know, something that's going on. There's obviously this idea of recasting T'Challa, and I do think they should recast T'Challa. I think they're really walking on a tight rope here, you know, and I personally liked the trailer. It worked for me, and I am excited about the movie, but not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way. And so there's some people out there that have, you know, pretty strong opinions to the counter. I will also say, I felt like Namor looked incredible, bro. The shots of him, like, in the headdress, and then when he comes down on that throne, what? That shit was absolutely incredible. I feel like the Atlanteans mostly look great. The action looks super fun. It's a very successful trailer and probably will be a very successful movie. You know, probably going to be a very successful movie. So, I felt like they're attempting to give it the air and the respect that it needs, right? So, yeah. Kendall says, first half brings grief, second half brought healing. It's not. Trauma is seeing George Floyd killed, but this movie is all a tribute and honor. I understand the concern, though. Yeah, I think it's an incredibly difficult situation, and I will say this. I don't get the feeling personally, and this is just my personal feeling here, but I don't get the feeling personally that a lot of this is being taken advantage of. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe I don't agree with them not bringing T'Challa back, but I at least feel that they are authentically trying to do the right thing. They're trying to be respectful while also bringing and sort of carrying on the legacy of the first film, of T'Challa, of Chad, you know, of Black excellence. I feel like they're trying to do the right thing, but I think the bottom line is it's an incredibly difficult thing. Not everybody's going to feel the same way about it, and that's probably fine too. And nonetheless, to me, I think the trailer just is very effective, and I think the movie's going to be very, very cool. So that's our next big movie, and yeah, pretty successful trailer, but also a lot of tension. You know what I mean? A lot of tension with regards to that story and those characters. So we shall see. Also, too, Mike says in the chat, I think that Namor is a mutant. I think Namor is a mutant as well, but I have heard from, like, dude, trust me, bro. He said, like, no, he's not going to be a mutant, so they're not doing the mutant thing. We'll have to see. Look like a mutant to me. You know what I mean? Look like a mutant to me. Because he has the wings even when he's a little baby. Even when he's a little baby. Okay. Hold on to your buttholes. Because we got to talk about Avengers. We got to talk about Kang Dynasty. We got to talk about Secret Wars, okay? Hold on to your buttholes. Partial Phase 6 reveal. Bro, Feige knows exactly what he's doing with this. Putting up onto the screen These projects? I mean, he knows. He knows. Again, we don't know. How does Fantastic Four tie into that? We're not sure. We're not sure. But how wildly ambitious is it to do an Avengers movie, May, and another one, as DJ Khaled would say, another one in November? That's wild, bro. There is also no way that this decision was recently made. There's no way. 3 years to write, cast, shoot, reshoot, visual effects. Two different Avengers movies? No way. So what do we think is going on here? Let's start with Kang Dynasty. The Kang Dynasty. Okay? Well, what is the Kang Dynasty in comics? Because this doesn't mean this will be exactly what it is, but it's a starting point. It's a jumping off point, okay? Yeah, the VFX artists, when they saw this, they were like, what? Come again? What now, Mr. Feige? Kang Dynasty. In the comics, Kang Dynasty was a series of Avengers stories that is sometimes referred to as the Kang War, or Kang Wars. And it was a story in which Kang and his son, as the Red Centurion, who I think is the first, like, Nathaniel Richards, and his history is wild. And Kang, absolutely crazy. Tons of different things that happen in the comics. It gets so convoluted and crazy that at some point, no Kang actually knows if they are the prime Kang or not. And so therefore, they can't actually kill each other because they don't know if they're going to kill the younger version of them, thereby killing themselves, right? It's very freaking crazy. But essentially, in the Kang Dynasty, Kang and his son come to our present day Earth, and they say, humanity, the Scarlet Centurion, yes. Kang and his son come down, and they're basically like, look, we've seen the future. You guys are absolutely screwed unless I conquer y'all right now. Okay? I don't think that that's exactly what it's going to be like for the Kang Dynasty. Okay? But saying Dynasty is interesting because it does kind of imply not just one Kang, but many Kangs, and also progeny of Kang, right? So I do think it could actually imply that Kang and perhaps some of Kang's children or relatives will be involved in sort of popping up and meeting the Avengers. Now, the fact that it's an Avengers movie, to me, is also really interesting. Because that sort of implies, getting the actual Avengers together, having an actual team like that, doing something like that. And what I think is going to happen in the Kang Dynasty film is that Kang, and a variant of Kang, and maybe even several, will do something similar to what happens in Kang Dynasty, where they pop up on Earth and they say, we need to conquer you to save you. But I think it will be a combination of that story and Avengers Forever. And Avengers Forever is where Kang grabs up this team of Avengers, which I'm talking about the old one. There's a current run of Avengers Forever, which is apparently absolutely nuts, and I have to read that, and I have to get caught up on all this stuff. There's all these things that we got to get caught up on so that we can speculate and nerd-venge really, really hard. Okay? But I think what you're going to get with Avengers Kang Dynasty is a combination of the time runs out event, which is fueled by the incursions, okay? It is fueled by the incursions, and the incursions are collapsing the multiverse in on itself. And I think that Kang will come to our group of heroes and perhaps even grab some other Avengers from our universe out of the time stream, and he will set up a team of Avengers to have this multiversal war. Because it's going to be variants versus variants, universe versus universe. The whole multiverse is collapsing in on itself. And I think that Avengers Dynasty, or rather the Kang Dynasty, is going to be a scenario which Kang and a lot of our Avengers all team up and fight against other Kangs and other groups of Avengers. It's going to be like a multiversal war, and it's going to be the time runs out thing, okay? And I think that the Kang Dynasty film will end with something very similar to what happened in Infinity War. Mainly that a ton of heroes will disappear, a ton of people will die, and we will be left wondering, what the hell? What the hell is going to happen on Secret Wars? What is Secret Wars? What is that? Because that was a very, very effective strategy for Endgame and Infinity War. Infinity War is a much better movie than Endgame. But Endgame is a very good sequel and a very good ending to a lot of the different arcs that took place during the Infinity Saga. And so my predictions are that the Kang Dynasty will be the setup. It'll be the massive war, a lot of high stakes, all these things happening. And then it will end with basically the multiverse being completely destroyed. And somehow a lot of that stuff, or those people and those characters, all on a battle world like setting for the Secret Wars film, you know? And maybe it'll be like all of them all disappear and, you know, crazy shit like that, and then all of a sudden, boom, Secret Wars. And it's like, wow, well, they all must be on Battle World or whatever. But my gut tells me that'll be what they do, because that's a brilliant way to set up Secret Wars with a lot of hype, anticipation, and also absolute peak Den of Nerds content. The amount of content, streams, videos, and fun that we're going to have together getting hyped up for this is going to be out of control. Okay? And what Secret Wars will be is this newly established battle world, which perhaps Kang will be in completing total control of, or perhaps he won't be. Because I still believe Dr. Doom and Reed Richards will play a big role in Secret Wars. I mean, for one, the fact that Feige puts up Fantastic Four and these two Avengers movies on the same slide to get us super hyped up. Yeah. And it's possible that while Kang is building up his Avengers team and trying to battle his way to save the multiverse, Dr. Doom has his own machinations going on. His own ideas, his own concepts. And perhaps, just like in Jonathan Hickman's Time Runs Out event, Doom, who really doesn't play much of a role during that story, plays a major role in its final chapter and then becomes God Emperor Doom of Battleworld and all of the multiverse together. Okay? And I think Secret Wars will be a combination of the Shooter Secret Wars, of the Hickman Secret Wars, and maybe even some other stuff. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but I do think that is going to be a movie that is wildly different than the Kang Dynasty. I would love for them to do the sort of Game of Thrones motif that they use in Hickman's Secret Wars, where you've got God Emperor Doom sitting on a throne, you've got all these barons, dukes, regents, the Thor Corps, that's the police, everybody's biting for power. Dude, I loved it. And if they do something like that, that would be absolutely incredible. And so I think that's going to be the big deal, man, when it comes to Secret Wars. The reason it's an Avengers movie, however, and this is actually pretty important, is that that same group of Avengers that is established in the Kang Dynasty that I think will be put together by Kang will persist. That team will show up on Secret Wars, and the conflict of Secret Wars is very likely to be whomever has put everything together. Maybe it's Doom, maybe it's Kang, maybe it's the Beyonder, I don't know. But the group of Avengers that is established in Kang Dynasty will be the group of Avengers that's the protagonist trying to fight for the sake of the multiverse against some villain in Secret Wars. That's the way I see it going down. Okay? But that's not all. That's not all. And by the way, big videos coming out about this. I need the rest of the day to write some cool videos so that I can help you guys out and give you a ton of fun speculative content about how all of this could work. But part of the discussion that I think is pretty important to all of this is that Feige recently said that he's planning out the next 10 years of content. And Secret Wars is 3 years away. So what's after Secret Wars? You know? And will Secret Wars really just be one movie? I think that's the question, right? And so what I wanted to bring up, and this is going to be in a video that I go really deep with soon, is that there are more titles that leaked out. Okay? And the one on the top here is Avengers Eternity Wars. You've got Captain America Red, White, and Black, which it sounds awesome. It could be, the homie we met in Isaiah Bradley. Could be that story. Nomad, that could be Bucky, could be Steve or something like that. Then you've got this movie down here, Celestials, End of Time. So, is Secret Wars just the beginning? Is Secret Wars the beginning of something that will also take place in Eternity Wars and in Celestials End of Time? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just work here. Okay? But there's a lot of speculation to be had. A lot of speculation to be had. What does it mean? How will it all go down? I don't know. But the hype is real. The hype is real. And in a 10-year plan, Feige wants to do Secret Wars in 3 years. Now, let's talk a little bit about why does he want to do it so soon? I think the most obvious reason is because of the actors. Because I think he wants Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans, Hemsworth, Ruffalo, all those cats. He wants them back, but he also wants Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Patrick Stewart, Hugh Jackman, maybe even Wesley Snipes' Blade, Ben Affleck Daredevil. Any and every iconic Marvel character, actor combination from the past, and some we don't even know about. He wants all of it. And those guys are not getting any younger. And so I think in order to get to that place where he has this monumental celebration of Marvel movies from the past 20 years, you need to do it fast. You know what I mean? You need to do it fast. But also because I think he's got plans on how to do even more compelling and interesting content after that. And Secret Wars may not be exactly what we got in Secret Wars and stuff before, but maybe it just keeps going. And maybe there's new stuff, and maybe there's other craziness. Because during the Secret Wars stuff with Hickman, everything was on Battleworld. Every single book that was coming out was on Battleworld. All that was there was Battleworld. And that was an incredibly compelling and very effective framing device for all of the books around that time. And what if we do years and years of content on Battleworld? Or with regards to that story and those kind of things. Like, I don't know, bro. But I think this idea and this discussion that, like, the MCU doesn't have a plan or whatever, like, hell no. I would argue they've actually been so focused on the plan that they've allowed Phase 4 to teeter and do its thing. Because he has to have been so focused on creating and building this that's probably why a lot of Phase 4 feels different and doesn't feel as effective. Now, let's talk about the Russo brothers, and then let's get into the super chats. I know we got a lot of them. It's gonna be a long stream. I told you it's gonna be a long stream. The Russos are not attached to either one of these Avenger movies. What do you think? First reaction. Yet is fair. They could be attached eventually. Look, I'll just tell you my gut feeling. I don't know, right? I haven't spoken to sources about this. I have no idea. But here's my feelings on it. Here's my gut level. I believe that the Russos were actively engaged in helping to create the Secret Wars roadmap and a lot of the ideas. I believe they were talking about this during shooting Infinity War and Endgame. I believe they were actively helping in development of this even after they left Marvel Studios. And I think that they were all primed up and ready to go. And then I think things changed. Number one, we had the Pandy. Number two, we had the streaming wars and a lot of changes to the entertainment industry. Number three, you have a shift at Disney. You've got Bob Chapek. You have the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit. A lot of different things are going on. I think one of the most telling things about the situation was the fact that the Russos commented last week about Secret Wars. They were asked by Josh Horowitz. We talked about it on the stream. And they said, look, we always give the same answer. Would we work with them? Yes, we love them. They love us. What would we want to do? We've always been excited about Secret Wars. We love that story. That's the story that really excites us. We also like Wolverine. That's really fun. Are we going to do Secret Wars? No. There are no talks, and we've been honest about that and blah, 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 right? Feige says an eerily similar thing when asked about this. In fact, I think we can find it on here. Like, literally so similar to what Joe said that I was like, bro, they definitely coordinated this. They definitely coordinated this. And so I think something changed. And I think they're probably backing off. Maybe just because of like Disney, maybe because of some other things that happened, but I do feel like a lot of, because again, there's just no way. Yeah, listen to this. Hang on.
Not connected to it. They have been, I think, very direct about that. I think they were. Okay. We love them. They love us. We want to find something to do together. But it's not this.
Yeah. So he says the love line again. They've been direct about it. It's boilerplating. It's a coordinated effort on all parties' behalves because they don't want to let people down. The Russos are backtracking. They are absolutely full of it when they say that they've been direct the entire time. That is not true. They have teased it out. They have implied that they are connected, and they got a lot of people hyped up. In fact, I wouldn't even have talked about Secret Wars as much as I did over the past couple of years if it were not for the Russo brothers. So something has absolutely happened, in my opinion, of course, that has changed this. So there's good and bad here. Number one, it's good because it's probably the case that a lot of their creative input is already formulated the DNA for these movies. Okay? The other thing is, I watched The Gray Man over the weekend, and that movie's legitimately bad. It's kind of a shame to admit, but I don't think the Russos have done really well after they left Marvel. I'm not saying they're not great. They've made my favorite Marvel movies. But one must wonder how much of that was the Russos and how much of that was Kevin Feige. I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm not trying to throw Nerf gun bullets at each other's heads. I'm simply saying that this might not be the end of the world, because the reality is, again, if Feige is allowing the creatives in Phase 4 more leeway, it is likely the case that that is because he is incredibly focused on Secret Wars and on this future. And so I think that as long as Feige is still doing this, and if he has the leash pretty tight, and for all intents and purposes is the director of these two movies, we're probably fine. We're probably okay. But these are massive films, dude. Like, these are absolutely massive films. And so it is kind of a bummer that the Russos are not there, simply because that would be very comforting to a lot of Marvel fans if they were. 100%, dude. So it's kind of a slight bummer in an otherwise pool of incredibly hyped up fun announcements. So I don't know. Who do you guys think will be announced as the director of these two movies? Will it be separate people? Will it be one person? Who do you think should do it? What do you think? John Watts is an incredible pick. And I think John Watts could be the guy. Because remember, they take John Watts off of the Fantastic Four. John Watts did Spider-Man No Way Home, and I think it is an incredible movie, dude. Incredible. Yeah. I think it could be him. Duffer Brothers, maybe, but they are signed for a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff over on Netflix. Spielberg. I like Spielberg as a pick. Spielberg is absolutely capable of doing this, and it would be pretty awesome. Because, like, especially if you look at Ready Player One, it just shows, like, the scope at which he can operate. Like, he can nail the little moments, and he can nail the big moments. Yeah. Favreau, I don't like Favreau for these movies. I don't. Brad Bird, no, maybe for Fantastic Four, but not for these two movies. James Cameron, he has. James doesn't have any interest in these. Peter Jackson, I don't think he has any interest. Christopher Nolan, absolutely not. Coogler, that's an interesting pick, bro. Gotta see Wakanda Forever, but Coogler's not a bad pick, dude. Coogler is not a bad pick. Snyder. Look, Zack Snyder can do no wrong. He is a Lex Luthor level villain over at Warner Brothers, which I think is hilarious because fuck him. But nah, man, he's building the next Star Wars. He's got his hands full as well. Yeah. Colin Trevorrow? Nah. Gareth Edwards? Nah. Yeah. So it's tricky, right? Imagine. It's very tricky. So whoever they get, it's a big deal, bro. Big deal. And also, unlike Phase 3, there's no shining star of this current slate. Like Taika Waititi? Hell no. You know what I mean? Like, nah, fam. Chloe Zhao? No, thank you. Destin Daniel Cretton? Maybe. Haven't seen enough. There's no shining stars here. There's nobody that I'm like, oh man, they're killing it in Phase 4. Let's go. Let's get them on there. Do you know what I mean? So here's the thing, Jedi Mike. I love Raimi and I love Multiverse of Madness, but there's no way he can do these movies. No way. He's too Sam Raimi. A lot of people did not like Multiverse of Madness, and they don't like the Raimi-isms in Multiverse of Madness. Martin Scorsese, wouldn't that be hilarious? Wouldn't that be absolutely incredible? Yeah. Yeah, and James Gunn, no thanks on that either. So, not really feeling about that. J.J. Abrams, no way. No. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into the soupies. Oh, and I forgot to do the thing. I'm sorry. I'm going to miss member chats today. I know. I'm the worst. You guys are super mad at me. No Nerd Avenger stream today. Everybody's really mad. I get it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry I let you down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're sorry. Sorry. Sorry about that. My bad. Sorry. Okay, let's get into these supers. Let's super duper it up. John Paca, first in today, says, new badge, man. Don't that look purty? Take my money, Nerd Veggies for life. Peace. Dude, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all that support. I'm not famous. Again, thanks so much for the $18. And I'll go check out the lightsaber soon, man. I appreciate you. Kiwi says, meowdy Josh. Super hyped for Secret Wars. Take my euros. What's a euro? Is that like some Monopoly money? What the fuck is that? Also, thanks, Kiwi. I appreciate you, brother. Matthew Larson with a $10 holla says, Josh, seeing the live reaction from Hall H in your stream when that when that announcement happened was almost spiritual. Why does the MCU almost feel like church? Dude, because it has captivated this global audience. It's very unifying. And dude, the experience, look, here's what it is. The experience of Infinity War and Endgame was a pop cultural phenomenon. It was a global, tribal moment. Never experienced anything like it. Phase 4, in the wake and in the shadow of that, has not hit the same because we all want that drug again. We all want to be hyped up, experiencing a thing together, getting excited, speculating, and then watching it. And that's what 2025 is now. And that's what the lead up to this all is now. So that's probably why it's tapping into this sort of really communal feeling. Chris says, no, Henry, no cry. No, Henry, no cry. Yeah. Amen. Amen. T-Love with a $5 hug says, that stream was lit. So much fun. I'm so excited for more Kang. Let's go. Indeed, brother. I'm glad that you were there. It was incredible. Skylar Hillman says, jumping the gun a bit, but what do you think will be the next saga culmination film for phases 7 and 9? Could be, dude, it could be more Secret Wars. Like, it literally could just be more Secret Wars, more multiversal stuff. It could be X-Men in a big way. I know some people were like, could be Dark Phoenix saga, could be even Hickman's X-Men, something crazy like that. I don't know. I have no idea, but either way, I'm hyped up, bro. I'm hyped up. Thanks for the love. Moosty says, can't believe we had a on your left moment on Saturday. Secret Wars came through. Blinker time. You the best. Random question, but why didn't Vader sense Leia in episode 4? Because his judgment and mind was clouded with hate. And he took too many blinkers. Thanks, Boosty. KC Mac with a $5 holler says, have you heard anything of Marvel and Sony making new deal about Spider-Man? Do you think there's a chance they could announce something at D23? There is. There is absolutely a chance that that will happen, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. And I think Feige's like, at this point, like, Sony would need to, like, dude, Feige don't need, you know what I mean? I love Spider-Man, but we don't even really need Spider-Man, you know? Like, that's the thing. Like, it's kind of a sad state of affairs, but, you know, Sony's doing the TikTok Madam Web movie. El Muerto. Probably going to release Morbius again. Like, come on, man. They're an absolute joke. The Scottish Canon says Kevin came hard. Pause. Thanks, dude. Vegas Baby says, restore the Snyderverse. Tired of this BS. Bro, I would love to restore the Snyderverse. It is not going to happen. We live in a universe where Warner Brothers is just the worst, bro. So, I'm sorry. But that shit ain't happening. KC Max says, give or take, Henry Cavill is a character in the MCU before he goes back to play as Superman. Oh, yeah, 100%. Feige will snatch him up, dude. Feige will snatch him up. Moss says, I have Grogu makeup on and shut your mouth about Grogu. But that's what I mean, though. Like, he's overly commercialized. Like, they went, like, Star Wars was like, what? We only have one fucking thing that everybody likes? Let's put it on everything. You know? So, I get you, Mas. I get you. Also, I'm just playing. MCU Drew says with a $5 holla, I heard the new Black Panther is Tom Cruise. Lay down that 500 bet, baby. You know what's funny? Okay, Loke, let's just talk, you and me. This story time. Story time. I'm stealing that from Paul. Anyway, I saw Skylar Schuler tweet out, I'd love to be wrong, but I think it's just going to be She-Hulk and Wakanda Forever at Hall H. And I was like, you want to put some money on it? I was like this close, but I didn't do it. And I could have made my 500 back, but I didn't. Low Lives says, Grogu / Groot crossover episode. Ooh, that'd be kind of fun. Jensen Baker says, Google the Ant-Man 3 teaser. It's leaked. Yeah, I actually did watch it. I just didn't want to put it up on the screen because we get like copyright problems, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Appreciate you. Matei with a $100 million donation says, I've only seen a bit of your SDCC stream because it was 3 a.m. and was drunk in Barcelona. But I had a great time. Refreshing Twitter every 10 seconds was insane. LOL. I'm so hype up for the future. No, I know, right? Like, there were moments in that stream where I was like, everybody's just watching me refresh Twitter. But it was still the most hyped up shit possible. Thank you, Matei. Hope you had fun in Barcelona. Austin Johnson says, yo, Josh, do you think they would make Phase 7 all in Battle World, or will Secret Wars be a one-off movie? I think both are possible, but I'm leaning towards a lot of Battle World, my friend. That's what I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning towards Battle World, baby. That's what I'm leaning towards. Yeah. 34 Virgo with a $10 holler. Thanks, man. Says, I'm concerned about Avengers, Kang, and Secret Wars not paying off properly as a grand finale. The story of Kang and his younger self with the love tragedy show be a jaw-dropping emotional roller coaster. Yes. But I think that it's pretty obvious that what he wants to do with Secret Wars is bring in all of these other cameos, all of these other characters from the past. And so the time is, the clock is ticking on that, right? So, yeah. I know it seems fast, and I know it's like, dude, 3 years? Get the fuck out of here. But they didn't just come up with this idea, bro. They've been working hard behind the scenes. So, C-Dub with a $10 holla says, what do you expect from Marvel at D23? Deadpool 3, Armor Wars, any of the League trademark titles? I think you might get some casting, directing announcements. I think they might talk about the mutants. Maybe some new projects, and I think that's about it. Ricky Diaz says phases are quicker, but a lot more shows and movies. It's true. It's true, and I'm kind of down. Sozin's comment says with a $10 holla, mad hype for Blade to return to the big screen, but the way Feige was talking in his interview, it seems that Blade won't connect to the multiversal saga. How do you feel about this new strat by Feige? So, two things. Number one, probably inevitable. It allows you to have a plethora of content and not worry about tying it all together. As long as the stuff that does tie in is tight and feels incredible, I'm okay with it. Like, that's just me. But, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Alma says every MCU show / movie in 5 and 6 besides Blade and Fantastic Four, which has been movies, have been established in Phase 4. Huh? I'm not sure what you mean. Nick D says 18 episodes of Daredevil Born Again. That's a hell of a lot of watch party. Bro, my whole life is watch parties now. That's all it's just the den of watch parties, essentially. Like, I'm going to enjoy these next couple of weeks because I'm pretty sure I'll never not have a watch party after this. KC Mack with another 10 says it was announced MODOK was going to be in Ant-Man 3. That's a character I thought wasn't going to work in live action. So it'll be interesting to see how they made that work. Yeah, and apparently it looks great. Like, people were saying he looks incredible, bro. So, I don't know. Seems pretty dope to me. Yeah. Seems pretty dope. Okay, let's keep going. 34 Virgo says 18 30-minute episodes. I mean, even that is an insane amount of episodes. That's more than Andor. Ricky Diaz with a $5 holla says, since FF4 and Secret Wars 1 year apart, I believe Doctor Doom will be a big part of Secret Wars. I see Marvel surprises with Killmonger as Black Panther. Whoa! Maybe on Battleworld, but not in the 616, not for the Sacred Timeline. No. David says, I know the likeliness is next to none, but I think if Angela Bassett should be the one to throw on the Black Panther suit, have Queen be the hero. That would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool, man. I don't want to really talk about it because I've heard spoilers. Kendall says, with a $5 holla, by the way, Chad's team posted the trailer on his IG. Seems to have his camp's blessing. No one made them do that. Better have a recast before Black Panther 3. Yeah. I hope so too. Or at least via Secret Wars, bro. You know? Jeff says, calling it now, Avengers, the Kang Dynasty will basically be a young Avengers film due to Kang clearing the OG Avengers from the playing field. I don't think so, but I understand what you're saying. I don't think so, though. The Low Lives says with a $5 holla, I'm starting to read and collect some actual hard comic standing around Death of Captain Marvel, Contest of Champion area. Any required reading before that? What? No, not that I can think of, man. That's not really my side of expertise when it comes to comics, though. So I'm not 100% sure. And I got to be honest, I'm not even 100% sure what you're talking about. Not 100% sure what you're talking about there, bro. Ricky Diaz says, Kang will want Earth about Doctor Doom. Oh, warn Earth about Doctor Doom. That would be fascinating. That'd be kind of cool. I like that. Elijah says, all Fantastic Four members will be introduced separately over time, and the Fantastic Four movie will be assembled the movie, like an own Avengers movie event. Possible. The rumors are that the Thing will be in She-Hulk. Dude, She-Hulk is going hard, bro. She-Hulk's going hard. And I'm here for it. Couple of weeks away. David says, with a $10 holla, very generous, says, do you think they will save 616 X-Men for after Secret Wars? 3 years isn't long, and I imagine the aftermath of Secret Wars could somehow lead to the mutant-populated world with many stories to tell. That is a hell of a question. I don't know the answer. Maybe we'll get more clarification on that at D23. I'm hopeful that the mutants come ASAP. And I hope that we get a ton of mutants and X-Men stuff, and then they play an active role in Secret Wars, but it is also possible that they will not, and that they'll be established afterwards. Avengers versus X-Men would be a really big event as well. So, yeah, I'm not sure, bro. And the Lamb Sauce says, can Doom be fleshed out enough in 1 year? Kang, Mang. Well, I would argue that Thanos is fleshed out in one movie. Dude, we don't know Dickie McGeezax about Thanos until Infinity War. And I feel like they established the shit out of him. They might have over-established him because he kind of wasn't all that in Endgame. Alfie, with a $10 holla, says, for New World Order, imagine Zemo telling Sam about his team and what they can offer, but Sam isn't feeling it. But in the end, he decides he's overwhelmed and says, fuck it, and call them the Thunderbolts wreaking havoc. That would be kind of fire. I'm kind of down. That'd be kind of fun, dude. The real Jesse Lee Reed says, did the Russo bros pass on Secret Wars because they're still mad over the ScarJo beef? It is possible, actually. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, it is possible. I don't know. Renee says, Kate Huron to direct Secret Wars. No thanks. No thank you. Leonard says, can you speculate on the missing projects on that Phase 6 roadmap? Do we see them announced at D23? It's possible you get them announced at D23 or next year at San Diego Comic-Con. You got to leave a little juice for SDCC next year. I actually think that would be an interesting place to put a couple X-Men / mutant movies. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of mystery, right? John Johnson says, as long as Joby Harold writes Star Wars, you'll be happy. Or Secret Wars. Now, Joby Harold. Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Cal says, enjoyed your SDCC stream. Late night for a UK fan. Well, thanks for being there, Cal. I really appreciate it, man. It's a magical experience. I had a blast with y'all. Will they announce the next Spider-Man at D23? It's possible, bro. Guys, we're like just a couple of months away from a whole new slew of incredible, crazy announcements. Pretty wild, huh? Pretty freaking wild. Yeah. Okay. Probably got to get out of here soon because I'm pretty freaking hungry. But like I said, probably no video today, but a ton of awesome videos coming out. Also, if you didn't catch the whole stream, over on our clips channel today, I am going to clip out every little section where I talk about a lot of fun Marvel projects. So check out the clips channel. They'll have a ton of different breakdowns of every little thing that happens. It's going to be awesome. So thank you guys. Go check that out. Much love. I also do want to say again, shout out to Paradox Customs for powering Nerdvengers Tower with incredible custom PCs. Use code Nerdvengers at checkout when you go buy your amazing PC today. Do it before Wednesday. It drops from 2.5% off to 1% off on Wednesday. Go get your awesome PC, as many of you guys have. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Much love. Much love. I gotta get on out of here. Is there anything else? Any other questions? Any other last minute thoughts? What's up? Stop the count. Nice, dude. A ton of people have already ordered, and I'm excited. I'm glad you guys are rolling with some incredible PCs because we're going to do some gaming together over the next couple of years. Whew. It's going to be sick. Explain Eternity War. I'm going to do a whole video on that. Did I like the Agent Carter show? I thought it was actually pretty decent. Haley Atwell's fun. I like the guy that played Stark in there. So, yeah. Secret Wars runtime, it's got to push 3 hours. It absolutely has to push 3 hours. Where do babies come from, Papa Josh? Storks. Or maybe stocks. Or maybe stonks. I'm not sure. But I've got one coming on the way. The tracking puts it at a couple of weeks away. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to do some nerd theory tonight. 100%. Yeah. We should be on tonight. I don't know what we'll talk about. I'll try to scour the internet for some Star Wars rumors or whatever. But yeah. Members stream Wednesday at noon. Wednesday at noon. If you are a Nerdvenger member, Wednesday at noon, we'll have a big old Nerdvenger stream. It's going to be fun. Do we even care about Star Wars? I love Star Wars, Carl, but they've got to do something. You know what I mean? Chances of a Scarlet Witch movie. High. Can we go back to member stream Wednesday night watch parties? Unfortunately, we cannot. Saturday mornings seem to be the best for the most people. I know it's not the best for everybody, but Saturday morning streams seem to be the best for most people. So not this week. Let me see here. Let me do this. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we will do a Nerdvengers watch party where we're going to watch some cartoons. We're going to watch some freaking cartoons. I'm excited. Yeah. I like Luke Cage. Yeah, Luke Cage is cool. Way cooler in the comics, though. You know, no offense to Mike Coulter, but yeah, Luke Cage in the comics is awesome. Yeah. Lamb Sauce, good luck on your interview. Is Nova a big or a girl? He's absolutely a big. Yeah. Hidden movies. Phase 6 are Doc Strange 3, Spidey 4. Ooh, Mike, I like that. And I appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Will Hulk become an alpha male? I sure hope so. And if not, maybe his son will. Yeah. Phase 7 and 9, The Mutant Saga, says Jaboy G. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, yeah, I heard the rumors of the hood. Absolutely. Okay, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. Much love to you guys. I'm starving. I got to go get some food. And then I got a script. I got a lot of writing to do today. So, yeah. Much love, guys, okay? I'll see you all soon. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? I'll tell you, it is hard to explain to people, you know, if you're a normie, if you're not really into it, if you're like whatever about, you know, all the nerdy stuff. It's like hard to explain just how crazy and hyped up the past couple of days and honestly the past couple of weeks have been. It's been absolutely incredible. I'm so hyped up that Secret Wars is officially here. I can't wait for the next 3 years of making content, continuing to grow the brand, and then have a massive event where a ton of you guys get in a theater with me, the energy that will be in that theater as we watch Secret Wars together, and then we'll have a big live stream after that, which maybe some of you guys can actually come up on stage and give me like some of your thoughts and shit like that. It's going to be unbelievable. So thank you. Much love. I'll see you soon. Open up that third eye. Wash out that brown eye. See ya.